me see if that moves. Here we go. We are on. All right. We have a little delay. Here we go. We are on. Making sure everybody's muted. We have a little delay. Okay, we started. I guess we locked in on YouTube. I guess we'll be locked in one more moment on Facebook. So we get there and get started momentarily. Whew. So if you're on YouTube, you might want to set the message a little bit. My big old head. I got to correct that there. But we definitely going to start shortly. Game time. On YouTube, we're live. 2 more minutes. See if we get there. I appreciate those who showed up at 6:50 something. The streaming software lights up a little bit early than the Facebook time sequence, but that's going to be in 2 minutes. So as soon as that logs in, then we're going to get it started. But I do want to say I appreciate anyone and everyone that's on this show today, well as any other time that you spend the time with me. So bear with me as we hopefully it should be knocking on Facebook shortly. Right on time. I guess it can't give me a precise time, but we shall see. Dang. I need to lose some more weight in my big head here. We just go in there. Give me 1 second or two. It's almost at the top of the hour. Right when Facebook comes on live. But those who are out there on YouTube land, whenever you're seeing this is the first Sunday in March. Wow, this year is flying by pretty quickly there. It's the first Sunday in March, and we're rocking them out. This is our episode 8, episode 9, I believe, of the On Your Life show. But I want to just appreciate those who have joined in with me and who are. So I appreciate that big time. Let me see. Is the software live yet? There we go. Love it. Right on time. You know, I love technology sometimes. Let's see if the chat is available. All right. Well, there we go. This is your boy MJ. Just quick time. I want to thank everybody. Today is March the 6th, the year of our Lord 2022. I want to thank any and everyone who's watching this live, let alone on another date in the future as this podcast grows, so with the audience and so with the episode views. So I want to thank everyone who's taking the time out, like I said, to watch it live. This is the On Your Life show with your host, myself, Marquis C. Jones. And today I'm just going to share with you first, what it's all about, what the On Your Life platform is, as well as our topic, and then a little bit of housekeeping. This is going to be interactive. If anybody has any questions afterwards, or even if you're listening to this podcast episode on any of the streaming channels, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, iHeart, what have you, anytime you have questions or anything, you can feel free to DM me if it's not live, and or message me at any time, and I will gladly answer those questions and concerns, because part of the Own Your Life show is for, I'm a firm believer, unless you control every minute of every hour, every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of your life, you don't own it. But when you do that, you control it, you own it. And part of my teachings, and I share one of my passion for sharing with folks how to make a switch in mindset and or abilities, dreams, and goals to make that switch, buy back their time, and totally own your life. My story in short, I love, there's nothing wrong with the traditional workforce, but there was always some things that were missing, when it comes to that. And what that was is just me being, I was just, my mind was always going. I was always putting ideas out there for other folks in the job and what have you. They used to have the little boxes out there. Hey, you do a little suggestion, the company uses it, blah, blah, blah. um they'll pay you and then compensate you, and then usually a compensation wasn't anything else. And also, with me always out there putting my name out there, my brand out there, I would always love to self promote. I found out in one of my dealership groups, my name, my domain was pointed to a website, and let's just say it was a lot of thousands and thousands of clicks and leads that came through the website with my name on it, because I was the source. But I compensated for that. Why? Because I didn't own that. I owned the name, but it was put to somebody else's platform. So, and then I also did a network marketing company I was with. I did the same thing on YouTube. It was so much videos going viral. I didn't focus on me and the call to action and things like that. And let's just say it was a certain, because their faces were on that video, blew up. And so when I say own it, you have to own it. You have to control it. You have to, just like, recording artists own their masters, you have to own your life, own your brand, own your name, and what you're doing out there. So when I say own your life, that is one of the key factors out there to, owning it, everything. And I'm talking owning your faith, owning your fitness, owning your time, owning your health, owning your future, owning your dreams, owning your success, owning your happiness and what happiness means to you. And if I said it, I'll say it again, owning your faith. Thereby, just some of the topics, owning your vision, like the topic today. Therefore, you own your life. So, in speaking of that, today's topic is own your vision. What does it mean to own your vision? Why is it so important to own your vision that God has given you? Okay, why is that important? Because it's your vision. And a vision is something that you have that's not really seen with your mortal eyes, but that's in your spirit, in your mind, in your heart. That, truth be told, the person who give it to you is God above. And why is that so important for you to own it? Okay, because this won't be a long on your life show today, because this topic is just real hard hitting and fast. And I just share with you, I've always had the passion for my vision. Okay, and I share why it's so important, because no one gives that to you but God above. And you guys hear me say this on the Moment with MJ platforms. You probably heard me say it on previous episodes. God, our creator, my creator, and those who believe, did not and does not give us dreams, goals, and visions just to taunt us. Because when he gives us those visions and dreams, they're for us. They're for a purpose. To not only for you to succeed, but you have a God-given purpose. And in that purpose, that's where you're in that vision, that's where your purpose is shown. And with that, no matter what, if you feel you're equipped or not equipped, there's so many stories in the Bible, he will see you through. All you have to do is have that courage to do that and go through it. I remember I think it's in Paul in Acts 18 somewhere. In one night he gave Paul a vision and told him, don't be afraid, keep speaking, don't be silent. He made sure, I guess he has things, and people were not hurting, because he had people that will help protect any attacks against him. One of my favorite Bible verses when it comes to visions is Habakkuk 2-2. It says, and the Lord answered, it was in the beginning, he said, what should I do? And he said, the Lord answered, he said, write the vision I give you, make it plain on the table, that he may run that readeth it, that you understand. And for that vision he gives, it will come at his appointed time. So don't be anxious, just be focused and faithful and diligent. And that vision of itself will come through. You know, that's the biblical version. Y'all, look, let me tell you, I love my Bible. I love God. I might remix the scriptures, but I hope my context, I hope the meaning is, really penetrating your hearts. If not, just go back and read Habakkuk 2:2, as well as Acts 18. I think it starts at verse 9, what I mentioned. But back to that, the focus there on your vision. You know, our vision, in order to own our vision, what does it mean, own your vision? What you have to do is really focus on that, because it's not up to anyone else to decipher and understand our vision. Heck, many people, 99.9% of the people, don't even understand their persons out there who love God, don't even really understand their purpose that God's given them on this earth or why they're here. So they darn sure are not going to believe and understand what your vision is, okay, that God gave you. So it's not up to you to decipher it for them or spend that time for them, because if God wanted them to understand your vision, he would give them, someone else your vision as well. But I'm quite sure God has given them their own vision. But what I want to really share, it's not, it's your plans. It's up to you. Why you have to own that vision, because it's there. And I'm quite sure some of us, this is for those who are going for their dreams and goals. One, it's hard. Some of us are on the path. We say we're going to pursue this. We're going to keep going. We're going to dig hard, and we're going to dig fast and go fast, because I'm going to succeed in this. God put it on my heart. But the obstacles come, the roadblocks come, the natural setbacks come, and you doubt and fear. But I'm encourage you to keep going, because God, like I said, didn't give it to you just to taunt you. To those who have yet to see that vision as something that's inside of them, a burning desire, they may be skittish. You may doubt that you're equipped. You may, like I said, be scared, or you may feel like you're not ready, or just face it, you've been ignoring it. All of these times, something's been hitting your mind every so often. It's like, I have to be doing something else. And you see something, or something's been shown to you, whether it's a dream, live, audible, something keeps hitting you and penetrating your soul and your spirit to say, this is what you should be doing, but you don't. You ignore it. And to those who have maybe ignored it or have not quite started to pursue for whatever reason, fear, worry, doubt, what others will say, what have you, I want to encourage you. You have to go do it. You have to go for it, because look, that's the plan God has for your life, because it will not stop coming. That vision, if it's certain one thing in particular, is something inside of you that's digging hard, you have to own it. That's the vision, and that's that God's calling you to do. And you just have to be encouraged. But here's the thing, you share it with others who aren't equipped. And that's the majority of the folks out there. They may discourage you, or you may, find those obstacles where they doubt you, and they would tell you, hey, do not do that. Do not go for that vision. That's not right. You're not equipped. Who are you to do that? And that right there, you putting them before God. And I'm gonna share that with you, putting them before God and the vision they gave you, and you do not, basically want to do that. And it's not, like I said, it's not up to them to decipher that for you. It's up to you. So I encourage you to have courage, because I think it was Miles Monroe said it, even Les Brown said it. The richest place, the wealthiest place in this world on a global scale, not just United States, but on a global scale, the richest place, most wealthiest place out there is the cemetery, because buried there are people who were given visions, given gifts and talents to use, given the gifts and talents to put those visions forth, that died with it in them, that refused to keep going. They did not pursue those visions, and that's one of the richest places out there, because people, for whatever reason, did not pursue those visions and those dreams and goals. So I want to share with you, it's just up to you and up to God. It's not up to anybody to understand what your vision is. You have to own it. You have to, if you don't understand it, keep giving it to God. Keep asking until those instructions are clear, what you should be doing with that vision. Excuse me, I was looking at the screen. And you're going from there, because it's yours. You and God have it all figured out, have to figure it out, because he's the one that gave it to you. And I always repeat to that, because you don't have to be arrogant. You don't have to be stuck upish. You don't have to be boisterous about it. You can be as humble as pie. But sometimes, unless God leads those people to help you with that vision, it's not your responsibility to share it with them, and they're not going to understand it. Okay, but you have to. How can I say, you have to focus on that? And like I mentioned earlier in the podcast episode, if God meant for everyone to have your vision, He'd give it to them. But folks won't understand your vision. Like I said prior, they will not understand this vision of yours because many of them don't understand the purpose that God gave them to them. So how are they going to understand your vision? And that's what you have to do right there. You have to, when I say that's what I mean, to own your vision and be responsible for it. Just be totally responsible and just say, hey, I have to go get it. And it's a fun thing. Me, myself, 52 years old, I've had things burning desires and burning desires. And instead of listening closely to those instructions, I'm going to tell you, you can learn a lot. I'm not going to call myself a dummy, but I like the crash test, but you can learn a lot for someone who don't heed instructions. Let's just say I ran into so many obstacles, so many setbacks. But guess what? I'm here today still because it's always been that burning desire. And it's fun even now. I'm not rich. I'm not at the pinnacle of success, but I know I'm on the right path to each and every step that God is telling me to take. Am I jumping on it right away? I'm just saying I'm perfecting it and getting better and better and better and better with that. So, with that said, you have to, own your vision, because your vision, is given to you for that purpose and for that reason. And it's to build a lot of folks up, and I always say it's one thing to be part of your own testimony of success, but it's another thing to be a part of someone else's testimony. And believe it or not, there's people out there that probably you have met, people out there who've come across your path, may have heard about you, and there's people who have yet to meet you, but they are counting on you to own your vision and to see it through, no matter what it is. Okay? Because you can't even understand, or you can't understand why you're here today. Why are we going to be here, God willing, tomorrow? You can't, you're not the one that understands that, why you will be here. Well, what do you think? How do you think somebody else would understand what your vision would be? I hope I explained that right. Yeah, and that's where we are, right on this fine day with the with MJ podcast. Um, and just going from there. So I just want to reiterate, part of owning your life, one thing is owning that vision. Think about it. You had Martin Luther King, he had a dream. We know the rest of that vision. We have Moses himself, he was stutter, he was a murderer. He didn't want to do that. And those who believe and of this faith, they know what happened that when he finally kept going, God equipped him. It was up to him. He even doubted almost all the way. You saw what happened to the children of Israel. I love that. I love my Bible. I really do. Um, then that's where we, go right there. So that right there in and of itself on this short podcast, this short entry, if there's any questions, go ahead and type them out. We're going to wrap this one up. I told you it would not be a long one. Is the factor on owning your vision. Is a key factor on owning your vision. All right. And it's up to you. It is not up to anyone else. Okay. To understand it. It's not up to you to even sit back and give folks the meanings of your vision and why. It's your vision, not theirs. Somebody next time, I tell you, it's kind of funny, but hey, somebody asks you, why are you doing this? You shouldn't be doing this. You didn't come from that cloth. You didn't come from that side of the tracks. You have to tell somebody, worry about themselves, because God is not a respecter of persons. So I'm quite sure he's talked on their hearts as well. So, one factor is you have to own your vision. All right. And own your life. Because like I said, this is MJ, and all you do, we have to do it with excellence or not at all, and including owning our vision. So that's where we are right there. I want to thank some of the friends of the show, my own Excellence Print Design, Excellence Clothing Company, which I co-founded. We're doing some very big things in the print business, custom design work, nothing too big or too small. The Excellence Group, which is the Life Abundant Group, our insurance company to help folks really get themselves together when it comes to their financial well-being, their legacy, when it comes to life insurance. I tell folks, when you leave this earth, are you going to leave them with debt and disappointment or in a position of financial strength? And that right there is a good thing when the number one wealth creators is having income protection, i.e., life insurance. So that's one of the sponsors of the show. And I want to, leave you with that. And let me just double check if there's not any questions. Looking on our screens. Okay, good, good, good. Right there. Well, like I would like to just share, at all times you're going to see this. It's going to be a lot of special guests coming up the next couple of weeks. We're locking in the schedule, as well as the streaming platform. So all those who have support, like I said today during the live and on the future schedules, I want to thank you. And all, like I just said, this is MJ, and I firmly believe, and I want to encourage you. And all you do with excellence, or not at all. This your boy MJ signing out on today's episode of the On Your Life Show. God bless.